I'll get right behind Pugy and just click the button and then run away.
You place it down behind him, click the button, and run away.
Yes, I make a fart sound. I click the button, then I run away.
You make a fart sound. Okay. Vagari, you're there breathing with Pugy, just taking the moment in, just like listening to the birds, listening to the water, feeling the air play over your skin and with your hair, and you just hear poof, and Pugy, fuck! That's a natural 1. Severe, roll 2d8.
This is what you get for falling 500 feet and surviving. 15.
Jesus, is he still alive?
As you step out of the Broken Blade Tavern, you feel the crisp, cool air play on your skin, and the sun casts a soft, golden light over the bustling streets of Kontek. The memories of your recent adventure flicker vividly. The journey from the Agu Citadel through the rolling plains and towering mountains that framed your path, and the breathtaking view of Kontek Castle itself as you cross the wide, ancient bridge. There, from the rushing waters of the waterfall, you rescued a man struggling against the current and holding on for dear life. Jean-Baptiste Duval, you learned, proprietor and owner of Arcane Echoes. He was telling you how a group of shadow smoke-like creatures attacked him, forced him to jump into the waterfall, into the waters below. And during this story, these same creatures came and attacked you as well. You fought back the shadows, saving Duval. He rewarded your bravery with gratitude and a magical item of your choice of those that he had upon him, as well as a hero's discount that Shun very distinctly requested at his magic shop, Arcane Echoes. After the battle, you made your way into the heart of Kontek and found respite at the Broken Blade Tavern. There, amidst the warm glow of lanterns and the hum of lively conversation, you met the tavern's proprietor, Ed Helinsky, a friendly orc with a broad smile and a wealth of local knowledge. He welcomed you with open arms and shared stories of the town and its people. Now, as you leave the Broken Blade Tavern, you are making your way towards the Moonvale Sanctuary.
Ow.
Where we'll see what you guys are up to. If you have questions regarding... well, we're going to say you leave the Broken Blade Tavern to the bustling streets. You see once again the sign in the middle of the square. I'll just remind you all the things that are listed on the signs. So, Broken Blade Tavern, where you came from. The Stone Rights Guild Hall. If you need to write these down again, let me know. The Moonvale Sanctuary, where you're currently making your way with Pugy and Mercury in tow. The Emberstone Market. And the Emberstone Market, you see that there are some points of interest below, like that, in that one block. Arcane Echoes, Ironhide Armory, the Traveler's Rest, Talos Turpentine Tapestry, and a symbol that is essentially an eye with some filigree around it, which I believe one of you recognized as the symbol for the god Ogun, who is the warrior god in Sajin, the belief of these members of the Alaran pantheon. The scene is yours.
Point of clarification, GM. Wasn't it Vagari and Pugy who went out first, and then the plan was to sneak and spy on them?
Yes. So, yes, that is 100% what happened. Pugy grabbed, after you guys were berating him with questions of commitment, marriage, and childbearing, the blood rushing to his green face turned it a little red-brown, and he just grabbed Vagari by the wrist and just, let's go and have our own time. You guys do whatever you need to do. Go to Arcane Echoes or whatever. And they're making their way to the Moonvale Sanctuary. And yes, you all are following in tow slowly, or behind them if you want to sneak behind them. So, Scene is yours.
Okay. So how are we going to do this? Sabir, you said you had a trick?
I thought I had a trick. I might have a trick. You said you could turn invisible, correct?
Yes.
Well, can one of these wands do it? If I focus really hard on the wand.
I have heard of people using focuses to channel their magic, but I do not know if we have a wand of invisibility. I could lend you the ability, and I could just try to sneak the old-fashioned way. Or you could try.
Hazel, what do you think? Should we, should we at least hide until we get to the sanctuary?
I definitely think we should, fall back a little bit so that they don't see us. But we have a general idea of where they're going, so we can sneak around once we get there. And maybe peek in through some windows. Or sneak in. Maybe there would be, an area where we can, overlook down. Who knows? We'll have to go see.
You know what I just remembered? We do have the mushroom talkies.
Oh.
So perhaps,
do.
Hazel, you could fly around, let us know the coast is clear, and that could give us a little bit of an in.
That would be great. Unfortunately, I don't think that I can fly. Yet.
Oh.
What
kind of druid are you?
I don't know. I'm still still kind of trying to get used to this whole thing. It's a little weird.
It is fair.
But,
it is fair. Oh.
Yeah. I prefer to be a wolf.
I do not think a wolf.
How small can you go?
I can be a spider. Oh.
That's right.
It looks like over here there may be a little bit of flickering power.
So far, so good.
Good.
It's just a lamppost.
Yeah. Well,
You
hopefully
all
no
notice,
storms are coming.
You all notice the same smoke from the creatures that were on the bridge. Actually, everybody make a perception check real quick. Except Vagari, you're not there.
Perception.
What is the loneliest number when you're
Avenue.
going to the sanctuary?
Gonna get married.
Maui.
8.
20. 23.
23. Shun,
18. Oh,
Shun,
sorry.
you don't notice. Hazel and Sabir do notice the remnants of the smoke creatures that you guys fought on the bridge. There seems to be something like that same sulfur sort of smell, just very, very ever so lightly brushes the wind by you two. And Sabir and Hazel, you barely notice just a little bit of like that smoke, but it could be mistaken for, just the fire from a forge nearby or a hearth,
Is it like
Ever
one of
so
those
slightly.
Is it like one of those cartoony smells where the smoke comes in here and you go off?
Not that strong.
Okay.
But
But,
you
like-
see that it kind of comes off of Hazel a little bit, just ever so lightly.
Oh.
Are you on fire, Hazel? Here, quick, turn around. Turn
Nope.
around.
I'll just try to check for any fire or any sparks.
She seems fine.
Don't want to be a fire starter.
That was weird.
Huh. You smell weird.
You smell weird.
I know, but you smell like burnt.
Well, you smell like milk.
Yeah, but Really?
No. You don't actually smell like milk.
Oh. Well, you actually smell burnt.
Well, that's not good. I don't think. I don't feel burnt.
Well.
Hmm.
Strange. Do-
Very.
But yes, you can turn into a spider. How's is that the smallest you can go?
Yes.
Do you can you swing web?
I don't know off the top of my head, but I can think about it. Let's see. I can, no. I cannot.
Well, I mean, Sean had a great idea. What if we were to use the mushrooms? And then you turn into a spider, you talk to us, recon.
We could do that.
We come in with suits.
Suits?
And shades. Yeah.
Full-on disguises.
Something like that. Like royal guards, but for like secrecy.
You know, it is not a bad idea, but I feel like by the time we procure all the necessary equipment, they will already have been married and on their honeymoon and come back with a baby. You know,
We cannot
your
allow
nephew
that.
or
Yes,
niece.
the gestation period of Goliaths is
It's quite
several
fast.
hours.
Several hours?
Yes. It's true.
As in like 3 hours. You have 3 hours, Sabir.
Jeez.
I'm just kidding.
Just lock and load a leg and just all right.
It's very efficient.
gotta keep the numbers up. They all died of war. How else you think?
So maybe another time. But I feel like if we do have somebody with eyes, we can do the telepathy thing. And then when they're distracted, we go in. Maybe we can find some loose gobs. I have a little bit of practice with that. I do not know. Your sister, your plan.
I do like the robes thing. Maybe we could disguise ourselves as one of the sanctuaries.
Sanctuary. Sanctuaries.
Yeah, the people that work there.
The priests.
Priests. Yes. Not the touchy-feely priests.
No.
It got really weird back in Alkuth.
I don't think I want to hear about this.
Yeah.
Vagari saved me.
That's
without
fine.
her, it would have been
Well,
really
maybe we
weird.
should go save her.
Yes, let's go.
Mercury grabs Hazel's hand and just like starts going forward.
I forgot. That did happen.
Heart dropped a little bit.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Oh. Whew.
Good God.
Yep, that's what they say.
Vagari. Pugy's grabbing you by the wrist, walking through the crowd. I think it's just nice to have a little time alone together.
Yeah, I'm sorry about that earlier, and honestly, I'm sorry about just how abrasive maybe all of this has been, myself included.
Okay, so it's not. So you do realize this is like really intense, right?
Yeah, it's just look, and I like kind of step him aside in the crowd. So like we're kind of off to the side, not like in the midst of like traffic. Look, I have to be honest with you, full disclosure. I don't talk about this much with other people. And I'm just gonna let it out there. I don't remember when I was younger, but I remember being told that we were from Joe School. We were transported to Manzar and we were sold as slaves to the Eldritch family. And my earliest memories were, frankly, for lack of a better word, shit. Like, days were grueling. It was very labor intensive. And how do I put this? I have an example. So there was one day in particular, my father and I went out and we were doing some manual labor, really just cutting down lumber. It's the desert, but winter still got rather cold. The coastal breeze, I think, had something to do with that. But anyway, we were cutting some lumber, and I remember I had cleaved my axe in a way where my handling wasn't good. I broke the axe, and my father had covered for me, and the guard at the time had beaten him to a bloody pulp. So you have to think our whole day's miserable. We're out here doing this extreme labor. He's had a horrible time, is covering for me, gets beat in front of me, in front of his only daughter. We go home. There's nothing to eat. It's cold. We don't have firewood. And my mother was there. And despite all of that, he came home, took one look at her, and still had something within him to still smile and enjoy the rest of the evening. And I know that this probably doesn't mean much, but that's something that I've increasingly longed for, especially being in the what's the word? I forgot, sorry. Arena. So what was that place I've been for like 20 years of my life? Just constantly killing, constantly being beaten, constantly having these grueling days. It just became apparent to me that that's something that I wouldn't mind having. And I think just keeping this from Sabir, he gets kind of territorial. I've gotten used to not talking about those feelings, and I've gotten used to keeping it all inside. And so I think this is really the first time I've tried, I guess, acting on those feelings, and I'm not very good at it. So I'm sorry if it came off strong. I'm not intending for it to be strong, although I kind of am, because I would like to have a family and children.
He gets a little red, kind of like looks off to the side. For someone who's been through so much, you are really quite eloquent with how you express, yourself. Like, that was really well said.
Well, being in the arena when I'm not fighting, I was pretty much kept up in a room to myself. I had a lot of time to think these things through, I suppose. I might come off as an idiot, but I think sometimes I have my moments.
I don't think you're an idiot. I think you're really smart.
Oh, shucks. I like kick a pebble.
Yeah, I can't imagine what that must be like, being torn from your home. I mean, even me, like my home was invaded. And we were forced to a part of the country that countryside that we wasn't really necessarily the best from the other kingdoms, but that's something that happened in my history. That's not something that I ever experienced personally. I can't imagine the strength that you've had to force yourself to have because of your life.
Yes, well, I think not knowing how that feels myself has made it a little bit easier. But I think that makes the longing all the more strong. I saw my parents had it, and I'm sure that they still do to this day.
So your parents are still back in Alkut?
Yeah, they managed to help me escape, and so I don't know. I'm assuming they're still alive. I don't know if that was at the expense of their own lives. I would like to believe that they're still alive and at least have each other to make happy.
I like to believe they are.
Yeah, well, enough about me. Why don't we keep going on to the sanctuary, and you can show me how I'm supposed to pray with this little voodoo thing of myself. And I like hold up the little thing that he gave me that like resembles me to some like awkward degree.
Yeah, I'd like that. And instead of grabbing your wrist this time, he like offers a hand to you.
Oh. And I awkwardly like
He like cups your hand and starts to pull you along, and like 2, 3, 4 steps, and he like starts to wiggle his pinky a little bit to kind of interlace your fingers.
And I'm just floating. I'm just like, I'm a princess. Somebody loves me.
Fair enough. You make your way through the city streets, and you come to the edge of where the town is. The stone buildings and cobblestone kind of fall away, and there's this great expanse of plants and ponds, and you can see the waterfall off in the distance and the water rushing underneath this expanded sort of deck. You see that there are people in white and blue robes that are walking around, just a few of them, and then there's other more commonly dressed people kind of going to different through the gardens, going to these sort of statues or monuments, and you know they sit there and they bow their head or they sit in silence. Some of them speak softly to each other, and you hear just the water rushing by gently. Animals start to you can hear frogs, you can hear insects.
Do I
bird
see that the
calls.
people bowing or like bowing to anything specific?
They're bowing their head. They're more like sitting at certain monuments, and they're all crafted in different manners. Make a history or insight or religion check
All horrible choices.
if you want.
I rolled a 7.
7. While this is not exactly something that you are familiar with, too loud. While you're not super familiar with this setting in particular, you have seen gladiators kind of take a moment to like meditate and pray and just kind of reflect on things and get ready for battle, or even after they come out, just kind of like sit and rest. And Pugy pulls you off to the side, close to like the edge. You can see the water, you can feel the mist of the waterfall kind of fall on your skin, and he sits cross-legged and like has you sit across from him. My life has been a lot easier than yours, but the training has been grueling, has been brutal, has been unforgiving. And I guess us orcs have a little bit of a reputation for being aggressive because we are very powerful and expressive. But we learn to control that. We do that with rest and focused meditation and prayer. And I don't particularly believe in any gods per se, but I do believe in the control of self. And he takes your hands in his and kind of looks you in the eyes, holds your stare for just a moment, 2 moments, and then the beads around this handkerchief are meant to calm you. And he takes your fingers, he takes your hands, and he starts rubbing your fingers on each bead. The smoothness is meant to relax you and the space between each bead is meant to remind you of transition and about cycles. And he takes your hands in his and goes slowly through the handkerchief one at a time.
I hate to break this to you, but if there's some hidden message here, I'm not blind. I don't read Braille. Is there some other translation of this that maybe you could give me?
He laughs and just... There's nothing written in it. I mean, you can, if you wanted to knot them in certain ways, but I don't know the language that some of the tribes in Gonyo-Areki use. But this is just to relax. You know, a lot of loud anger that I feel sometimes. This is just to feel peace. So he hands you the handkerchief, takes a seat back, and just like, all right, close your eyes.
Okay.
Now breathe in slowly. 1, 2.
Wait, I breathed too fast. I gotta start over. I ran out. Okay, ready. Count me down.
There's
Count me
no
down
wrong
from
way
3.
to breathe. All right. Just 1. Hold it for... just breathe in for 3 counts. 1, 2, 3. Hold for 2. 1, 2. Breathe out for 3. 1, 2, 3. You're doing great. And just...
Oh, sorry.
Are you...
I'm sorry, we were supposed to be breathing. Okay.
Well, you relaxed, so that was the point of it. But it's just... I don't know. You fight with a lot of heart, really powerful, and I feel like maybe there's something in there that needs to be tranquil sometimes.
Well, clearly I think I need to practice this breathing thing a bit more.
I think we keep practicing. And he sits a little closer, takes your hands in his, and you guys just continue to do these breathing exercises as he tells you basically like what it means to be balanced for him and how he deals with certain pains and things like that. And you guys continue the conversation. Shun, Hazel, and Severe, you guys trailing slowly behind, make your way to this area.
Can you see them? Do you see what they're doing?
I don't know.
I can't. But I know we are on the right track. That old lady that got kicked with a pebble earlier, she told us a Goliath walked this way.
It was gnarly, man. That scar's gonna be there forever.
Yeah. Definitely.
I didn't
awesome.
pelt the pebble, Jesus!
Did you see
You don't
how
know
big
your own
that
strength.
rock was? It was like this big.
I'm surprised she survived.
What do you think Pugy said to her?
I don't know. Maybe something to mess up the relationship. Maybe we get her back. You know, something. Maybe. I have hope.
Oh wait,
I feel
look,
like if
they're
she was
holding hands.
angry. Oh. Oh.
Oh,
I wonder if they're getting married.
you know what they
You better
say.
not.
First you hold hands.
What?
You guys. think
I don't
of me.
understand that either.
Must be a your school thing.
Yeah, it could be.
I'll just. Is there like a window that's how we see Vagari?
It's all open air. It's all
Oh,
open
all
air.
open
It's,
air.
it's essentially there is a large sort of like garden with a number of different bushes and there's different flowers. You don't need to make a roll, but Shun and Hazel... Actually, Shun, make a roll. Hazel, you would know. Yeah, make it a nature or history. Your call.
3.
Okay. You're more knowledgeable about foods rather than actual botany. Hazel, some of these flowers and plants that are here are from places that should, like, around the world that don't grow here, and some of them thought to be extinct. That just does not seem like this would be the place where they would exist or at all. But this place is basically open, and then at the far end there's a small building. It's not significantly giant, but it's a small building that, for people that go in and out, it does look like a temple.
Do you guys see all of these plants? This is amazing. Wow. This place is
It
so
is.
cool.
Pretty relaxing. If I take the time. Huh. What do you
Sounds like
guys
a
think of
thing.
Pugy?
I think Pugy's fine.
But I don't know. I have a weird feeling about him. And I mean, I've voiced this, but look at her. She's happy.
Yeah. Just wish he didn't have such a fear of commitment. Just so odd.
To be fair, we have been a little much.
What do you mean?
Never mind. You're
Have
right.
you ever been in a relationship, Hazel?
Me?
Yeah.
No, I only met a man for the first time like a couple months ago. How could I be in a relationship? I don't even know how you get in one of those.
Well, apparently like that.
Mhm.
That's just never happened for me. All the boys that say anything to me just make weird comments, and I don't like it.
True. Yeah. The boys on the boat were very weird.
Yeah, they don't often see normal people. So.
Hmm.
I don't know. Does it make you happy to see your sister happy, Sabia?
Of course. I mean, this is the first time, and she chose this guy.
Mhm.
I don't know anything about him, right? Like, he has I mean, he fights with his fists, that's pretty good.
Mhm.
But I don't know. Normally, what would happen in the arena is we would try to have friends. And those friends never made it. So, the only one that stayed was her. And that is why we are here. But anybody that we liked, I guess, never got this far.
Well, why don't you try and be his friend? You look pretty capable
I
to
mean-
make it.
But what if I find out, like, he's right for her?
Would that?
Are you afraid of losing Vagari?
Of course. Of course I'm afraid of losing her.
Well, Sabir, you're never gonna lose her just because she finds somebody that she likes. She'll always be your sister.
And would
I
it
mean-
not be better to lose her to a partner than to an enemy?
You are wise, Sean. You too, Hazel.
Well, thanks.
I don't know. I guess I'm just scared of her going away.
Well, it'll be okay, Sabir. Even if she does end up falling in love with Pugy, then you'll still have us. I mean, we're no Vagari, but you'll never be alone.
Yeah, you could never wield an axe like her. It's
No, I couldn't.
it's pretty vicious.
I'm pretty sure her axe weighs more than I do. So
There was one time a half elf just cut in half, like long ways.
So he became a quarter elf.
Yes.
I don't know if I like this conversation.
Oh, well, I mean, he did stab her in the leg, so he did deserve it.
Oh, I would never stab her in the leg. She could probably step on me. I'm not 100% sure. It'd be a far step. She'd really have to get her leg up there, but I'm not going to tempt her.
Like a grape.
Yeah. I like my organs
Okay.
inside my body, not sploop out through my belly.
Mm-hmm.
Same.
Yeah.
Well, now what?
Well, I mean, we could do a little prank.
Okay.
Go
What'd you
on.
have in mind?
Well, you said something about robes earlier. What if we were to find robes, dress up as priests, and fake like we are part of the sanctuary, and just
Bro.
ruin their day?
What if we pretend that we're priests and we accidentally marry them?
And make them do stupid stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Or we could tell them if they don't do exactly what we say, really bad things are going to happen.
Yeah, like hop on one leg and rub your tummy, or do a somersault with, blindfolded down a mountain, in order for the love to work.
Not down a mountain. Vagari
That
might
one's for
get hurt.
Pugy.
Oh. Okay.
Vagari, I think the mountain would break in half.
Mhm.
All right. Well,
Is
I'm
there
down for
any?
some pranks.
Are there any priests around or any rags?
Sanctuarists.
A closet where they may keep any of these items.
There's just like a coat rack right there.
What about the tapestry place? That's cloth, right?
Technically.
What are? Do we like see any priests like walking around?
Talos Turpentine Tapestry.
Talos Turpentine Tapestry.
That was
there,
tapestry.
there are some priests walking around. Mostly simple white robes. Some of them have their hood up, some of them don't, and they have like kind of like these red sort of stoles that lay across the front and the back of them, kind of around their neck as well. You see them walking in, around the gardens, talking to people. You see one particular person who looks like she's kind of in charge. A younger looking elf, but people keep talking to her, and she like walks around, and like different priests kind of like come and go to this one person, and you see that she's kind of like stopping and talking to people and stuff like that. But they kind of come and go from the church occasionally, a little temple on the end of the garden area.
So we can either go look in that temple and see if we can find something, or we can go to the tapestry place and see if we can find something to wear.
What seems like the safer option?
I think the more practical option would be to try and steal one. Just for sake of time. So who knows how long
like
they'll
your
be
style.
here. If we go and ask for priest robes, I mean, they'd have to do a
Like you
fitting
guys?
and
I don't think it's a good idea to steal from the citizens of my home.
oh well, you can vouch for us. It's fine.
I don't think that
It'll be a prank. It'll be a prank. It'll be fun.
But
We are new
returned it.
priests.
Yeah, we are interested. We want to see if, the clothes fit per se.
Okay. I'll tell you what. And she like takes her backpack off with a cannon right next to it. And she hands this to Shun. How's that smell? An incredibly acrid, like acidic smell burns your nostrils. How about we spray them with that?
Sabir, take a hit.
Yeah. Okay.
What is
What
that?
is it? Oh my god! Oh boy.
It's my own invention. I call it Dragon's Vomit Breath. Super Extra Special Elixir Deluxe. Version 3.5.
Super Dragon's Vomit Breath version deluxe 3.5.
Yes.
should
You
be
made
ashamed.
more
I
of
love it.
these.
I had to go through a lot of iterations before I came up with that one. Powerful stuff.
Yeah.
I'll hand it to Hazel.
Small breath.
Yeah, based on the name of this, I'm gonna give that a no. So, Mer,
Right.
here you go.
So,
Thanks.
Sabia, if you want, again, could do the invisible thing and dump it on Pugy.
That sounds pretty good.
It's just a thought.
Maybe just like a sprinkling, so that way, like,
Yeah,
it doesn't
just
stay
like-
forever.
Yeah.
Tell you what,
Mer, is this gonna
Like
hurt
holy
him?
water.
I mean, just a little.
No permanent damage, though?
No permanent damage.
Okay. I have to
So-
double check with you.
I'll be
what
fine.
you can do.
I'll tell you what, here. And she like grabs it, grabs the bottle. She takes out some components from her bag, and like you just see her kind of like start to assemble stuff. And she hands it to Sabir. Okay, very delicately. See that button there?
Yes.
You press that button. You got 3 seconds and just fling it. Vagari may or may not get caught in the crossfire. I don't know.
Okay.
But it'll go boom.
So you
Okay.
are worried about us stealing clothes versus you having given Sabir a bomb.
I'm all for chaos. I'm just saying, don't steal from like holy people from my home. But I'm all for causing chaos.
Fair enough. Sabir, you want to go invisible?
Yes, I do.
And I'm gonna slap him on the ass and make him go invisible.
Hell yeah.
Describe how he goes invisible.
I slap him on the ass and slap him on the ass and you hear just a tink from his armor and then just this from underneath the white on his muzzle, it starts to like, instead of blushing, go clear and then all the way down.
Nice.
Oh,
Sabir, you have stealth with advantage.
okay. Please, for the love of God. Okay. Stealth. 16.
16.
And technically, I rolled with disadvantage already, so the first roll was a 16. So thank God.
Pugy does not notice. Vagari does not notice.
All
You
right.
can get real up and close.
All right. I'll get right behind Pugy, and I'll just like, and just click the button and then run away.
You place it down behind him, click the button, and run away.
Yes, I make a fart sound. I click the button, then I run away.
You make a fart sound. Okay. All right. You press the button, run away. Shun, Hazel, you guys see just kind of like a little bit of the top of the bushes, just kind of a little bit as he like dives over bushes, and see these leaves come up. Vagari, you're there, breathing with Pugy, just taking the moment in, just like listening to the birds, listening to the water, feeling the air, play over your skin and with your hair, and you just hear poof, and Pugy, fuck! He needs to make a Constitution saving throw. That's a natural 1. Severe, roll 2d8.
Oh my
right.
god!
This is what you get for falling 500 feet and surviving. 15.
15 points of damage.
Jesus, is he still alive?
Blew a new asshole.
You
That is a
you
7.
see,
Yes.
Vagari, you hear, you open your eyes, a horrible smell just like infiltrates your nostrils, and you just jump up to the sight of Pugy running around in circles, priests running towards him, like trying to calm him down or whatever. Sabir, this is technically an attack, which means that it releases invisibility, and you just see Sabir like behind some bushes, just like his nose and eyes. Pugy's running around in a circle and jumps over the edge into the waterfall, like, and you just see the priests, like the priests and priestesses starting to run. They run to like the other side of the garden. They throw a rope down, and Pugy climbing back up. Sean, Hazel, you all are seeing this.
Oh my
Before I see Severe, I basically, to your description, see Pugy like having a moment.
He is
And take this sweat from like, whoa.
he is covered in like acid, and you see like his skin is getting burned and melted, and just like he is in this dude is in pain, and you can see like the remnants of the device behind, like on the floor in front of you, and just like his covered in burning, like his whole back is just like on fire.
Well, at first I thought maybe this was pheromones, but clearly this is something else. And I look towards Sabir, you, and I just like charge toward you.
Sister, it was a joke. It was a joke. It was a.
My Donovan, we were having a very nice moment and you destroyed it. But more importantly, that man is burning alive. You have cream. Go rub it on him now.
You see the priest trying to like help him and like quell the burning.
And I'm like playing big sister intimidation right now. Like I am trying to like assert dominance on Sabir. I want him to go fix this.
Roll intimidation. Sabir, I guess. What would this be? How would you be intimidating somebody else? How do you respond to this? I feel like I've done this a bunch of times and I keep forgetting how to do it.
Save, wisdom save.
I was thinking insight, because like that's what makes sense with persuasion, and that's what makes sense with deception.
Survival.
That's the second roll I made.
I'm gonna say roll insight.
Okay.
I think it makes the most amount of sense here.
To combat her intimidation?
Yeah, so if your insight is higher, you're not that motivated. If your insight is
roll
lower,
with disadvantage.
You can also just choose to fail. You don't need to roll against her. You can just be like, nope,
okay.
yep, that's my sister. Like, fucking, like, fuck, let's go. I've seen her eviscerate a man.
Yes, if it would have been an 8, but yeah, no,
I would have won.
I didn't think it was going to be that bad. I swear. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. Explain later. Go help now. Rub cream now. Go.
Okay. Pugy, come here. I'm so sorry. I mean, it wasn't me. It was somebody else. But look, here, let me tell you your wounds.
You go. You guys start to see some like Vagari fuming. So here, trying to help Pugy. The priest like freaking out, and you just see the elf woman walking towards you guys, Shun and Hazel. Mercury's just like smiling, like seeing the whole scene. Big, toothy, giant grin, and then she sees the woman coming to them, and she's like, "Shit! Fuck! Oh no! Fuck!" And this elven woman, "What is the meaning of this? Mercury! What are you doing? Where's Falada? Fel isn't here. Fel isn't here. He's off. And so I assume that you brought some new troublemakers. And who are you? Speak!
Jaina snackar Coleman. I know speak language.
Make a deception check.
There's like Jugenheinen.
Elf is just like, okay, all right, and just changes languages.
13.
13. I rolled a natural 17. I can show you if you want. It's, yeah. She just, like, gets really close into your face. Almost have lies on top of tomfoolery in the Moonvale Sanctuary. This is a place where people come, and she like backs up and looks at all three of you. This is where people come to rest and relax and pray and remember those who have fallen. Looks down to Mercury. Which is good to have you back, dear. That was a good one. And she like winks at her and gives her like a little fist bump. But I'll have no more. Is he okay? She like asks you, Hazel. Is he good? Does he look like it's okay?
I think so. I don't know. I guess I should go check on him. Not like walk over.
No. He looks fine. It's always nice to have a little excitement. Sometimes it does get quite boring around here. But I still need to reprimand you all. My name is Cerilyn Moonvale. This is the sanctuary my mother built for those fallen in the War of Fracture. And who might you all be?
I'm Pugy.
I'm Hazel.
Make deception checks.
17 on the dice. That's a 20, baby. Dirty 20.
Let's see. That is a 9 plus. Oh, just kidding. -1. That's an 8.
She rolled a nat 1.
Okay.
Hey.
Pugy, Hazel, very nice to meet you. Very odd names, but welcome to Contact in the Moonvale Sanctuary. And what brings you all here today?
Just here to have some peace and quiet, but
Remember our
doesn't
deck.
seem like that's happening.
You know.
Clearly.
A friend of mine said this place was a blast. You know, really get the fresh air.
Well, welcome to Contact. I'm assuming you all helped Mercury out. Is that true? I've been terribly worried.
We did.
Well, I'm very grateful for you all for that. So you get this one. This one! And when Falada comes back, you tell him to see me. He still has a punishment coming to him for last time. You see that Mercury kind of smirks a little bit and just kind of like, sure, yeah, of course. Can we go? No. Go and pray for forgiveness. All of you.
Okay.
Shun, what do you do?
Stand there. Eh. I feel like I am beyond forgiveness, so I will just stay here and accept my punishment.
What are you trying to convey?
I just don't really want to listen. He's feeling pretty good from the alcohol. He's just pushing his bounds.
Cerilyn She takes a moment. She kind of eyes you up and down a little bit. And she leans in. Hell is more than just a place we make for ourselves, dear. Go pray. She turns around and leaves and goes to assist Pugy.
And she walks off. I want to go back to Shun. And I want to start punching him in the arm. Don't ever use my name again.
Fine, gosh.
And then you're gonna insult her by not going to pray.
She is not my mother. She knows nothing
Yes,
of hell.
but she thinks your name is Hazel.
Well, you know, she thinks you're Pugy. We are fine.
I know, but it's funny that she thinks I'm Pugy. It's not funny that she thinks you're Hazel.
A little funny to me.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I will tell her. I'll ask you for forgiveness, but not her. Oh, Hazel, that hurt.
Good. Everyone just thinks that I'm the small one around here. You just pick on Hazel.
Hazel, the first time I saw your powers, I thought you were going to eat me, okay? I know you got it going on, okay? You have a finger. Like, yo, you are good. You are good.
I do.
I love that Shun says yo.
Yeah, yo. Yeah, yo.
Also,
yeah,
Mur,
yeah, yo.
are you kidding me? Not that bad? Really? That was a little more harmful than I think.
Yeah, maybe transferring into a grenade style was maybe my calculations were a bit off. Maybe I should have spent a little more time really planning that one out.
Wait,
But it was funny.
It was funny.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
It's always funny till you get caught.
Yeah, but
Exactly.
Savir's the one in trouble with Vagari, not us, so sucks to be him.
It's a nice thing that Sarah Lynn was here today. I missed her too. She's really nice. When she was younger, we used to do a little bit of pranks, but she's responsible now.
Wait, are you two like the same age?
She's... Well, not so much when she was younger as when she was, you know, not in charge of the sanctuary after her mom passed. Yeah, she got more serious, but we used to be really close all the time. I mean, you still have fail, but and she does a good job. And she kind of just looks off as Sarah Lynn is going towards Pugy and the priest and just kind of helping out and introducing herself to you guys. See her introducing herself to Severe, and Mercury's like, the war did hell to a lot of us, but we try. She's really nice.
I'll give Mara a hug.
She hugs you back.
This is
Yeah.
sweet.
Vagari, what are you doing?
Well, I'm assuming Sabir at this point is profusely rubbing cream on him. So at this point, I'm just kind of taking a step back and seeing if this is helping at all.
Severe, make a medicine check.
All right.
You have the priest helping you. You got advantage.
Put a little menthol on it.
Not the rest of the things!
22.
You are, with the help of the priest, there's a moment where, at first you kind of laugh at yourself a little bit and laugh at the whole thing, and you're like, the first is the fear from Vagari. This is hilarious. Then the fear from
100%.
Vagari hits you, and you're like, oh shit. And then as you start tending to the wound and you see the burning of the skin, you see the acidity that's seeped into his back, and you're taking yourselves out, and the priests are kind of standing around you and kind of like they don't say or do anything. They just kind of like, you just come in. They just see this lion person come in and start kind of like assessing and doing his thing, and your hands start to work without you really thinking about it whatsoever, and you can't help but look at his skin and look at your hand and think of like the burning that both have suffered, and applying the salve is kind of like applying it to yourself as well. And you get in this flow state of like the priest asking you like, what do you need? Like, is this okay? And you're like, no, don't put the bandage down like that. Lay it this way. Lay it with the skin. Don't do it across. That's going to look like shit when it comes out. And like, no, don't apply it in too many layers because it's going to be like, it's not going to heal properly. You need the right ratio. And you just kind of take command of the entire, like these three priests and yourself, just kind of like caring for Pugy, and just kind of like for a moment it's about the healing and about the work and about being a healer, and you forget about Vagari and Pugy and the entire situation. It's just about taking care of the wound, and your hand is very present to you in this moment. And then once the burns are all dressed and the acidity has been neutralized, and you know, he kind of like, what the hell was that?
It was some acid that exploded.
Acid.
It was very
Acid.
It was very weird. Someone threw that, ran by, and
I'll take one look at Vagari and be like,
and I threw that and made a fart noise. It was really funny. But then I pressed the button. And I am so sorry. 1 second. Priest, we are going to need one batch of your robes in order to cure this wound. Like one like red thing, and then your robes in order to seal the wound in with all the herbs and all the salves that I've used.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
16 and no. Persuasion?
Yes.
17.
Right away, one of them like runs in and like comes and brings you like robes and stuff like that.
Thank you.
And I'll put it in my bag and I'm like, for later. And then I'll
Only reason I'm not kicking your ass and throwing you into the water myself is because your sister's watching and I really like her.
I know.
I'll pull that shit again and I'll fucking lay you flat.
Well, we can fight about it another time.
Pudgy, as hot as this is, why don't you just take a second to like calm down and breathe how we were before all this happened? Full circle.
And you see like his tusks like showing for the first time, like very prominently, and he just kind of like the look of like, he's just kind of, you say this, Vagari, and he just kind of like, and he pulls like these beads from his own, like, and just starts holding them and just kind of looks at you, Vagari, and just kind of smiles and just kind of like, all right.
Yes, I just need a moment alone with my brother over here. Yes,
It's like that.
Go read your braille. I'll be right back.
It's a lot of practice. Discipline. And he walks off.
As he walks off, I'm just like, ooh. And I turn.
That's a little, still tender.
Okay, Davin, what the hell was that?
It was a joke. It was a very funny.
There is a fine line between joke and what we do in the arena. But we're not in the arena anymore.
No, I understand. What it was meant to be, I thought it was just going to make like a stink cloud, and that was it. It was a little bit more than that. But
yeah, speaking of which, where did you even get this thing from?
Oh, Mer.
Of course.
Mercury, like, her eyes go wide into...
I just walk over to Mer. Look, we saved you before because Dragit told us to. But Dragit is unfortunately no longer here, and if you do something like that again, something so stupid...
He wanted it! It was all his idea. You can
and
roll
yet
insight.
it came from you.
You can roll insight.
Insight, I rolled a 10.
Yeah, she's super lying. Like, it was very clearly her idea.
All I'm saying is try something like that again, and Drajit sending us out to save you will be in vain because you will be slaughtered and your head will be bleeding across this fucking floor. You
Vagari.
understand me? No, for real. That was uncalled for. And Hazel, frankly, I think you pick really shit friends. And I just walk away and I go back to Pugy.
Make an intimidation check.
19.
Hazel, actually, everybody, you guys can see that Myr's like holding back tears. And she's like, I just thought it'd be funny. I got the ratios wrong, okay? I need to study a little more, I guess, and like practice a little better. I just got the calculations wrong. I thought I diluted it enough, okay? It's just supposed to be funny.
See, now I just feel bad.
Mer, it's okay. Don't let her get under your skin. Vagari.
Well, and she takes out this notebook and she's like, but if it's a 0.2 molar solution, and if I diluted with acetonitrile sufficiently, then the acidity would be counteracted by the base that I added. And she just starts like rambling on about like, and she's just like zoned in on like doing the math and balancing her equations and getting the formula right. And you realize it's just like talking to her is like kind of pointless for a little while.
Vagari, it really was a good prank. Poor execution, but I did not mean any harm by it. I did not know what it was going to do. I smelled the solution, and it smelled bad. I thought I was going to make a little fart stink, and it was going to be funny. And then you were going to be like, wow, Pugy, you stinky. And then you were going to walk away, and that was going to be it.
Sabir, honestly, you don't have to explain yourself. I know you well enough at this point to know you didn't mean bad by it. I think maybe next time, think through the whole plan before you try executing it.
It was technically the third plan. Like the first and second plan I thought were going to pretty work, which explains the robes. I was going to steal these and then put them on and act like a priest. But I'll save this for later. You never know when it's going to come in handy.
Yeah, maybe save that prank for Sean or someone else. I think we've had enough of pranks for a fortnight. And I look over to Myr and I see Myr's obviously upset. And like, I'm assuming Hazel, are you like visibly upset at this point too? Or like, what are you doing?
A little bit. I'm a little bit irritated with the way that you reacted towards Myr, because like obviously she just, the vicious slaughtering comments were just a little bit too much.
Valid. Okay, so I see them. Do you think I was a bit harsh earlier with Myr?
It's you. That's who you are.
Well, yeah, but Sabir, you know as well as I do that I'm not exactly the nicest person. I can be a bit abrasive at times.
You feel Pugy's hand on your shoulder and just kind of like, I'm sure it'll be okay. I mean, ow. Looks at you, Sabir. But honestly, something I should be prepared for if I'm going to be part of the Order of the Broken Horizon, so not cool, but it's fine. I'll talk to her.
It will heal in at least a day. Or
yeah,
two.
it'll be okay. It'll be okay. I'll talk to her. I'll make sure it's all right.
As long as you stay away from direct sunlight.
What? Oh?
I mean, you have it covered, but the sun will.
Okay.
Yeah. So just keep your shirt on. Full armor. No, trying to be studly and looking well in the moonlight with your pecs or anything.
And he just kind of like adjusts his cloak a little bit. You got it, Doc.
That's right. Yeah,
and
no problem.
He walks over to Mercury and like you can see that he like is just like they don't know each other very well, but you can see that he's like kind of walking with her, just being peaceful or whatever.
While they're doing that, I take out my little like braille beads. I'm like rubbing them like, okay, I gotta be a better person. I gotta not be so abrasive. I'm like trying to breathe. And after a few minutes of this, I put it back and I walk over to where Mercury and Hazel are. Okay, I'm not very good at this, but here it goes. I'm really sorry for the things that I said earlier. I know that I can be a bit much, and I don't understand your sense of humor, and I don't understand how what you did could be funny, but I did not handle that in a good way, and for that I am sorry.
She like doesn't want to meet your gaze, is like looking around and just, I'm sorry too.
Okay, I think this is what Hazel would want. And I just like awkwardly bring my arms out and I like crouch down and just like hover down and like give her this like really awkward, like cumbersome hug.
She stiffens up a little bit and then kind of like puts her arms around your neck and just like pulls you in and nuzzles you a little bit and just kind of like holds on maybe a little tighter than she needs to for like a friend hug, but it's not like out of harm or anything. Like she's not trying to like choke you, but she's just like very
I would hope not.
Yeah, it's like just very tense. And then she's like, what do you like?
What do I like?
Like to drink, like to relax. What do you do to relax? What do you do to have fun? What do you like?
Well, drinks are a good start. We could maybe order a flight. And I look over to Hazel. And Hazel, I didn't mean the comment I said earlier. Obviously, if you didn't pick good friends, I would be considering myself a pretty shitty one. And what I did was pretty shit. So, I'm sorry.
That's okay, Vagari. I know you don't mean it.
Oh, I guess maybe you know me better than maybe I give people credit for sometimes. It all comes from a somewhat good place, I think.
It does. It comes from the place where, in your heart, where you like Pugy, and I can understand that. I understand the defensive behavior behind it, so.
Well, to make it up to you and Mercury, why don't we get a round of drinks on me? I know the day's kind of passing and things kind of got a little out of hand, but maybe this would be a good opportunity for, I don't know, Sabir and Pugy to, I don't know, do something together for bonding time. It seems like maybe you guys need it more than I would have anticipated.
I think that's a great idea.
If you're okay with it.
Yeah, sure. We can hang.
Shun, I assume you will be going with them to supervise.
I mean, I could.
A babysitter?
Are you sure?
I mean, Sean, honestly, they need to sort out their differences clearly. If you want, you can come with us for drinks.
You know, I think I might explore.
Okay, well, if you do any cooking, leave me some.
Well, how about this? We all split up, and why don't we all meet back at, I don't know, the Guild Hall before sunset? Around, say, 7:30.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Where's everybody going?
Sorry, DM, I just split everyone up.
Hey. You guys do what you want. Where's everybody going?
I would like to proceed to ask everyone in the town their name and where they came from. What is the population here? 800,000?
So here, where are you going?
I would like to go to the Ironhide Armory
Okay, Ironhide Armory it is.
with my best buddy Pugy by my side.
Okay.
It is full sarcasm.
Ironhide Armory.
Tell 'em
You and Pugy make your way through the town, mostly in silence and just kind of like both awkwardly trying to speak at the same time and then stop. You hear the clang of hammers striking anvils as you slowly approach, the heat coming out of, like, the air is cool around you and you can feel the heat kind of like as you get closer and closer to the entrance. And you can see that there's like 3 forges in the far back of the room, but there are like weapons and armor and shields and all manner of equipment just kind of like lining the walls on either side. And you see people kind of walking around. Another orc. You come to, you see this orc, sort of large with a beer gut sort of guy. Welcome to the Ironhide Armory. I'm Yarvik Ironhide. What can I do you for?
Well, Mr. Ironhide, my friend here is in need of fine make. And I was wondering if you are skilled enough to make fine items, or are you more of a weaponsmith or an armorsmith?
We make everything here at the armory. Weapons, armor. What do you mean by fine make?
Well, if you were to, I don't know, like a chain, maybe around the wrist.
Jewelry.
Yes. It
Just
doesn't have to be like,
Some kind of functionality in combat?
it could. I mean, it would be better if it did.
He looks at Pugy. Yeah, I think we can manage something.
Oh, no, not for him.
For you.
Not for me. But probably like the size of 2 of my wrists.
And I'll pull out a little blue pebble from my pack that I've had for quite some time, and
I would like to put this into, like, I don't know, maybe embedded into a chain, polished up, something to make it look nice, but still, I don't know, be able to be not destroyed in the fight.
Well, we don't usually make jewelry, but try a hand at it. He puts his hand out. Do you have a specific link that you're thinking of, or dealer's choice?
Well, like I said, the probably about the size of.
I'll use anything around the shop that basically gives the kind of the dimensions of Vagari's wrist.
Shouldn't take too long. Give me about 20 minutes. While he's working on that, Hazel, where are you going?
I think I'm gonna go to the tavern with Vagari and Myrrh,
Okay.
or see if they want to go to the tavern with me, I guess. And
We're
then I'll
going
also invite
full
Shun
circle.
along. Just, even though he said he was gonna go adventuring, right before we leave, I'm gonna give him one last chance to go get some drinks with the girls.
Wait, you're bringing who along?
Myrrh and Vagari.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, fair enough. Sorry, I was.
But I
thinking
thought I
you-
would ask Shun.
I mean,
Sean,
I
are
know
you
I'm
going
kind of
with
like a
them?
butch girl, but
I appreciate it, Hazel, but I think I'm gonna go to the magic shop.
Okay, well, you know where to find us if you want to hang out.
Do some talk, Hazel.
You guys go back to the Broken Blade Tavern, I'm assuming?
Yes.
Hey! Hello there, back for round 2, I presume.
Maybe something a little bit lighter this time. I'll take beer and some mozzarella sticks. What? All those pranks, they made my appetite. Like,
You don't want something finer? I mean, this is on me.
Oh, Vagari, you don't need to pay for my stuff.
No, I insist. It's the least I could do.
Okay, I would also like beer cheese to dip my mozzarella sticks in.
Now we're talking.
Can do. Turns around, gets you your drinks and food, and plates it out. We're gonna leave you 3 doing your thing for a moment. Shun, what you doing? You've been quiet for a very long time. Let's focus on you for a bit.
After about an hour, after everybody leaves, sitting kind of taking a short rest of sorts.
You may all take a short rest.
Yay!
Pugy needs it. That was half of his health, dude.
Cool.
Hell yeah.
That was literally half of his health. Go for it.
Shun will pick some honeysuckle and jasmine and just kind of like chew on it while he's waiting, and then after he kind of feels a little bit more like himself, he'll make his way to Arcane Echoes, and just before entering, cast Disguise Self to look like Bronder, and enter.
All right. Arcane Echoes. Is a vibrant, eclectic shop. You can see multicolored lights and a faint hum of arcane energy all throughout the room. The shop shelves are filled with an array of magical items and enchanted trinkets and powerful artifacts, all moving about. You see Jean-Baptiste Duval working kind of like in the center, so everything is differently lined up, and you see the gentleman that you rescued from the water earlier change of clothes, and welcome to Arcane Echoes. Let me know if you need any help.
Yes, I was told that there was a tiefling in your shop. A Dante?
Yes, we have my assistant Dante. What about him?
I was wondering if he was working today.
Yeah, he's always in the shop. Dante! Why don't you come out here and say hello to a customer? And you see like this small, like reddish, kind of a little more like soft red, more between like very, very like maroon almost, like dark red, but like throwing towards like skin tone colors. He just kind of like curly black hair. He just kind of like pokes behind and looks at you.
Hello, Dante.
He kind of moves a little bit behind and just kind of like doesn't take his eyes off you, just stink eye.
Would you mind if I ask you a few questions?
It's fun. What?
Dante, I was told that there were 2 tieflings in this town.
Okay.
Is the other tiefling your father?
No. That's racist.
Yes, it is. Are you an orphan?
He looks at Jean-Baptiste. What is this pertaining to?
I'll release the disguised self.
Oh, my friend from the bridge.
Hmm.
It's okay. Dante's friend? This man saved my lives.
I was there. Dante, I have never met another tiefling besides my brother, and I just wanted to know a little bit about you. Maybe see if you know about where we come from.
Make a persuasion check with advantage.
15.
15. Mr. Duval found me on one of his adventures.
Where?
And he looks up to Jean-Baptiste. Where did I find you? I wasn't. No, that was not that time. The south of Clareza. I was investigating some ruins in the south of Clareza, and I come across this little flesh-eating monster. It attacked me. But he was just hungry, and had a little bit of magic in himself, didn't you, Dante? And he just kind of like doesn't take his eyes off you. It's like, so I bring him home. I take care of him. Wait, no, I was in. No, yes, it was Clareza. It was the south of. It was the south of Clareza. I was checking out the ruins in the south of Clareza. Found him. Mm-hmm.
And he was
The boy
alone?
needed a home. Well, no one around for miles. Maybe some dead bodies, eh? But not on my expedition, not on my adventures.
How long ago was this?
How old are you? 9. 7 years ago. Are you sure? I'm sure. Okay, 7 years ago. Approximately.
Dante, did you ever know your mother?
He just shakes his head.
Are they kind to you here? Good. Do you have friends? Good.
He starts to relax a little bit, smiles a little bit, just kind of like tries to articulate something, can't really articulate it, and he just kind of like and you see him kind of like flourish a little bit, and next to you is kind of like a bust that looks like a 4-year-old's crayon drawing of you. It's just like,
I'll like shine the teeth. I have one more question for you. And I need you to be as honest as possible. Okay, Dante?
okay.
If you were to have a toy, any toy, what toy would that be?
Slingshot.
A slingshot. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, Dante. Those were all my questions.
Okay. Can I ask you a question?
Of course.
What's your name?
I am called Shun.
Brock and Shun and Dante. Okay.
Yeah.
I see you again.
Unless I die first. But yes, I will try. Okay. Oh, by the way, have you heard of this heroes discount?
All right, Dante, go get back to work. I did promise you a hero's discount, did I not?
You did.
Yes, I did, didn't I? All right. Well, let me. And he like steps from behind the the sort of like, oh my god, bar area.
Counter?
There's no register. The counter. Thank you. Counter. That's the word. I know counter. He puts his arm around you. Let me show you some of the best things I have, huh?
I do not like being touched, but okay.
Okay, fair enough. I can go through his shop if you want, or you can bring everybody back, or whatever.
I'll procure the bag of holding and then we can come back together.
Okay. Bag of holding, he said I'll give you the hero's discount. Bag of holding would be about 500 because that's on the higher echelon of the uncommon items. Make a persuasion check with advantage. We'll see how heavy this hero's discount is.
Oh, thank God. I rolled a natural 1 and a 16. So persuasion will make it 19.
19. All right. You can get it for 350 gold.
Fuck yeah. I will hand it over gladly.
All right. Dock it from your inventory, and you can add that. You can dock the gold from your inventory. You can add that to your possessions bag of holding. I have a number of other things for y'all, but it's up to y'all to come and check it out. All right. Sean, anything else?
Jean-Baptiste, is it okay if I do visit the boy, though?
Of course.
In case I have any more questions.
Certainly. You are all a mystery. Most of us, but does not make you any less of mortal kind, doesn't it?
Not from my experience, but I am glad to hear that his is different. So, one final thing.
Yeah.
Was it hard raising him? Alone?
At Contact, we take care of each other. We're a very tight-knit community here, so I am never alone. But it's been one of the best joys of my entire life, seeing this boy grow up, pursue the arcane mysteries of mysticism. It is invigorating. Challenging, and very expensive sometimes when I try to give him a project of his own. He's very ambitious, but one of the best joys I've ever had.
Do some talk. And I'll walk away.
Fair enough. Vagari and Hazel, anything in particular that you guys would like to do in your scene, or we're going to break?
I'd imagine we're just drinking and talking. I think at one point I'd turn to Myrrh and just go, I might have been a little harsh in the beginning and certainly near the end of knowing you, but I think we should just cheers to letting bygones be bygones. We should slap these back, and to commemorate our new friendship and starting a new chapter, we should all go make grass angels.
She gets really big, smiley, looks at you, Vagari, looks back at you, Hazel, looks at you, Vagari. She's like, as you guys go to drink, she's like, wait. Let me mix these better. Mixes some stuff.
Is it gonna blow up?
Nope. It's gonna be good. I've done this one a million times. This one I know, real good.
Okay, we're trust falling. Trust falling. Trust falling.
And
Y'all-
I'll drink mine as well.
Y'all drink it. It gives you a sense of like calm and relaxation, but it also kind of gives you like energy, and like sensations are a little more intense. But it's just like
So
It's
she
a
likes
little-
her drinks. Got it.
a small sense of euphoria. A small sense of euphoria.
Ecstasy.
Um,
Nice.
Sabir, after a few moments, sorry, I forgot about that. After a few moments,
What's going on in the tavern?
Ironhide comes back and he gives you a linked bracelet with the stone centered in the middle.
This is way better than my imagination could have ever. Thank you.
Oh, very welcome.
How much for this?
5 gold.
Here.
I'll turn to Pugy and just
Do you care for her?
Yeah.
Do you like her? Do you love
Yeah.
her?
No, I mean, love is a strong word, but yeah, I mean,
She is a
she's-
strong word.
No one's grabbed my attention the way that she has, and the fire that's in her is one that I want to keep aflame.
Okay. That was an acceptable answer. Let's keep walking. And maybe you'll be able to give this to her.
And with that, we're going to go to break.
Cheers, so you're playing Wingman. What up?
Look at Samir growing up!
I feel like we're all kind of growing up in this episode.
Fun!
But there's
Right.
still a second half to destroy. It's fine.
So we'll be right back.
see how it fits.
God damn it, Steve. And we're back. Okay. Sabir, you go to Ironhide, get the bracelet made. Vagari, Hazel, and Mercury, and Sabir, you're with Pugy. Vagari, Hazel, and Mercury, you guys go to the bar, make amends, have a grand old time. Shun, you meet the little Tiffany and Dante, and you get yourself a bag of holding. Fantastic. And you all are meeting at the guild hall, correct? The Stone Rights Guild Hall? Cool. Stone Rights Guild Hall is actually very close to the castle itself. This is, you can see that the stone building with wooden roof is intricately designed. The very front is very strongly like Art Deco, is probably the best way that I can describe it. And you see that there's a lot of activity on the second floor. People moving back and forth. You see papers flying everywhere and all that. And then at the bottom, there's a door, and you can see through the window. There's a older human woman who just is like, handling the front desk. And you can see there are the words under like where the Stone Rights Guild Hall is nice is right. And right is spelled W-R-I-G-H-T. Nice is right, is what it says there. So you guys meet there in front of the guild hall. You guys don't whatever you guys want. And then next to that is you see the bridge that leads. It's a shorter bridge that leads to the castle, and beyond that you see the waterfall behind it. The sort of setting sun gleaming its orange and purple kind of hues across the waterfall behind the castle.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
How was the magic shop, Shun?
It was good. We'll have to make our way back to get more supplies, but this is fine. Yeah.
How was your trip, Sabir?
Oh, it was fine. Me and Pugy are better friends.
Good. I'm
Isn't
glad
that
to
right,
hear it.
Pugy?
Much better friends.
Oh, I'm so proud of you guys growing together.
being more accepting.
Yeah, and he just kind of like gives a little pat on the shoulder, like, yeah, we're getting there.
Yes, we are.
And I give him a pat on the back.
Ah, gentle,
Hmm.
gentle.
I know. I dressed it.
I know.
You're fine.
Yeah.
And
It holds well.
How was the ladies' night?
Great. We had mozzarella sticks that we dipped in beer cheese. So good.
I will remember this.
Ooh, do you think that you could make mozzarella sticks at some point?
Yes. I think I could make this happen.
I bet yours would be even better.
Of course.
Wow. That's going to be really good.
Okay, so we did come here for a reason. Think it is time to go?
That's
Sure.
fair.
Yeah, I'm ready to go home.
Okay.
Okay. You guys make your way across the bridge to this giant opening in the castle walls, and you enter Contech Castle. There are some individuals kind of patrolling, looking around, but they kind of like take a look at you, and once they see Mercury, they just kind of like, all right, and they go back to what they were doing, like not really focused on you guys anymore. She gets a few hellos, a few waves, and all that, but the majesty of this castle is just. The ceiling is about 50 feet tall. You see columns lining the entire entrance to the Great Hall. Individuals of all races and ages kind of walking around, running from one place to another, everyone very nicely dressed. You see there are banners representing the three kingdoms that are present. As you enter the end of the Grand Hall, there is a smaller sort of room that you can see the throne, three thrones next to each other, the Unity throne, at the very end of kind of like the throne room is. And from this point, you can see that there are two paths that lead on either way. As you are walking through the castle, just kind of appreciating everything, some people are like watching you guys and kind of like, whatever, and eventually somebody walks up. Let me... Where are we at? My apologies.
Okay.
There we go. You see a human dressed in plate armor with a cape. He greets you all. Hello, welcome to Contech Castle. My name is Vasco Nunez of Balboa. I am the representative of one of the three thrones. I can tell you how that's spelled. Don't worry about it.
Thank God.
Vasquez de Sonia
Va- I am General Vasco Nunez of Balboa. Of Clareza.
Knew it.
You are here as a favor to Kalaim and to young Mercury, correct? It's very nice to have you back. I'm sorry that I cannot spend more time greeting you. I appreciate you, but I have very pressing issues to attend to. Thank you for your service. Mercury, if you would like to lead them to the Zephyr Spire, Kalaim is awaiting you all there. And she goes, yes, General. And like she's like serious. Like she's like no fucks about her. She's like, yes, sir. And she's like, all right, follow me. And see that she's stiff enough. As she walks away, she kind of like relaxes a little more. You guys walk up these stairs. You see kind of like through the windows how the valley below follows the expanse past the second tier waterfall. You come up to this landing, an outside courtyard on a higher level. Tell me the music stopped. Great. You have to be redoing that. This outside courtyard on a higher level. And so the Zephyr Spire. The first thing that you see is a sort of garden similar to the Moonvale Sanctuary. There are bushes, plants, flowers everywhere. On either side of this garden, you can see that there's kind of like what looks like living quarters. And if you peer into one of the rooms, you can see that there's a sort of museum displaying armor, weapons, and memorabilia of the Winged Riders. The living arrangements that are on the opposite side of the garden, it looks to be like this is where Winged Riders would reside. Beyond, at the very edge, and you can see now towards the valley with the waterfall behind you, you see these large sort of like pockets built into the castle wall beneath the garden. Nothing that you can really like ascertain the purpose of. Mercury kind of like, hey, this way. And you walk into the barracks, you pass by a few rooms, some of them closed, some of them have like banners on them. You notice a trend that some of them like just have this black sort of banner across it, with symbols that don't really mean anything to you guys. Some of them are open, some of the doors just closed, until eventually you kind of come to this final room, and you know, Mercury knocks and you hear, yes, come in. And Mercury opens, and before you, you see a human elf male. Blonde hair, light-colored eyes. Oh, made it back. And he like stands from a desk, papers, and there's things all over the walls with yarn kind of attached to certain things, and like there's a mess. I'm sorry about the mess. Mercury, so lovely to have you back. And you must be those who rescued her from the Blightland. I am Kalain. I am in your debt, and I appreciate greatly what you have done for one of my own. We will do what we can for what you have. Please, if I may get your names so that I may thank you properly. And he goes like to the edge, goes to you, Hazel.
Hi, I'm Hazel.
I'm Kalain, and he takes your hand, gently holds your hand in his. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Velinor has spoken very highly of you, and your request is one that we are diligently working on. He moves on to you, Shun. He meets you with deference, respect, eye contact, and you feel like he's just looking. Anytime somebody mostly looks at you and talks to you, there's a little bit of like something behind their eyes, something in their thoughts that's just like, oh, I am not being interacted with, I'm being observed a little bit. But with Kalain, it's just like, you two are one and the same. He puts his hand out.
I am called Shun.
Kalain, it is an absolute honor to meet you. I heard how you maintained a cool head and kind of helped everyone through the difficulties of the Blight. I'm eternally grateful.
No worries.
I'm sure that's not the case. Yes. Moves on to you, Vagari. Hello. I am Kalain.
Nice to meet you. I'm Vagari.
It is an absolute honor to meet the fearless runner herself.
Oh, shucks.
Could not ask for a greater warrior to assist helping one of my own. Thank you so much.
I'm glad that we could be of help and in the right place at the right time.
We're working on your request. I have one of my best men on it, and we have some fruit for our labors. We'll get to that. I apologize. He moves on to Yusuf here. I am Kalaim.
Sabir, nice to meet you.
The pleasure is all mine. Thank you so much for what you have done. I hear you have great spirit in keeping spirits up in the group.
Oh. Well, just being the hero of the Blightland, just having the title, we have to, raise up everybody.
Precisely. You remind me of one of my best friends. But now is not a time for lament. And you must be Commander Club's nephew? Yeah, I'm Pugy. Thank you so much. I'm Kalaim. I appreciate what you have all done for Mercury. I have received the request. We'll see what we can do to accommodate the, Yeah. Excellent. I've accommodated for each of you to receive a room here within the Zephyr Spire temporarily, at least until you decide to leave Contact. If you each desire to eat, to rest, to receive the fruits of our labors for your requests, whatever you all decide, I am at your disposal. And he kind of gives a bit of a bow and just thank you all so much. How may I be of service to you?
Well, I haven't really thought that far. Guys?
Pretty much what I wrote in my letter would be nice. But,
Fantastic. Excellent. Yes.
Nothing at the moment.
Very well. Surely you are all eager to move on with your adventures. Shun. You would want to speak to Master Musa Mande. That is our Chair of Commerce and Trade. He has just yesterday managed to acquire information regarding your request. And he tells you where the chambers are. Go down into the Grand Hall, go to the West Wing. His quarters are very easy to find. You'll be waiting in his office until he is available to speak with you. If you would like to go, you can wait together, whatever you want to do. Musa Mande will be the one to assist you, give you information that you need. So here, Ying, in the Tri-Scribe Library, has collected as much information as we are able to garner for you. She's quite friendly. Don't let yourself be intimidated.
Ying?
Ying, yes.
And where was this again? You said
In the Tri-Scribe Library.
Scribe.
Library. Once you
L-I-B
are...
Okay.
Yeah. You pass it when you enter the Grand Hall. It will be on your right, very close to the entrance from whence you came in. Vagari, I believe Lenmiel may be back later tonight. I'm not sure if he's in just yet. Mercury perks up. Lenny's here? He's coming back. I don't know if he's here
Oh,
yet.
thank God. Lenny's way easier to say than Lamiel.
Pet name. His room is actually just down the hall. You may knock if you wish. Third one from here on the left. I'm not sure if he's in yet. He tends to be a bit of more of the silent type. But at your disposal, he will be available. We have some promising information for you. At least I hope so. Hazel, I have looked personally into your request. I understand the secrecy of your organization and your community. We may speak in private if you wish, or amongst your friends. I'm just trying to be respectful of what is necessary for you and your customs.
Oh, it's okay. They pretty much know what's going on.
Certainly. Very little information is available in academic endeavors. I do wish Hayden was alive still. He would sing songs of the wildfire druids occasionally. Myths, legends, nothing that a scholar would necessarily deem worthy of information investigation, but to hear that wildfire druids are real is... well, it changes a lot of the way that we understand certain ways that the world works. We don't know where they are, how they operate. However, and he turns, goes to his desk. He opens a drawer, pulls something out. This is a charm to speak with those who have gone beyond. It has a single use. We have found a mausoleum that houses, I suspect, a bard who seems to have been an expert on the Great Punishment and the management of the portals of the elemental planes. The next step to finding your answers to the best that we could do in this time, and we will continue to work on this, would be to go to this mausoleum and speak to this individual. I have sent word. I don't know if they will allow us to have access to the body, but we're working the best we can.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Certainly. He gives you a letter. This is all the information that we have on that. And you see... get this up real quick. The mausoleum is found in a city called Mialsam. Miahlsam. This is a city in Alkut. If there's anything that I can do for you, please let me know. If you wish to speak to those for which who have fulfilled your requests, my door is open to you for as long as you are in contact.
Thank you.
No, thank you so much.
Question. Have there been reports of shadow creatures around these parts?
Shadow creatures.
Yes.
Do you have a more detailed description?
I'll give him the best description that I can of what we saw on the bridge.
Sentinels did detect a disturbance on the bridge, but we're looking into the matter, nothing that I'm familiar with.
Okay, so it is not like just a one-time thing. It is a recurring thing. We're not crazy.
No, that's the opposite of what I said. I've never seen this before. We knew of a disturbance on the bridge. Usually it's quite peaceful out here. Insurgents are not very common this far to contact, but the Vadoran are certainly posing a larger threat than we would expect them to. That is my suspicion, but we're looking into it.
I see now where I have messed up. My apologies.
Nothing to apologize for.
If I may be selfish for a moment, I was told that there is a tiefling Brock.
Yes. Yes. He works down in the forge. He's an excellent smith.
May I also have permission to speak with him?
Certainly, yes. I mean, you're welcome to have the run of the castle as much as is available. There are restricted areas, primarily the chambers of the council members. You have special permission for, your request. But if you go down to the Forge of Unity, it's the base underneath the castle, you may speak to Brock.
Okay.
So what would you all like to do?
Well, the day's getting a bit behind us. Should we split up and go speak to the informants?
Yeah. Why not?
Okay. Shem Vagarians over here, and Hazel. Roll a d4.
Day 4.
3, 2.
I got it too.
Okay, Hazel?
4.
4. Vagarians over here, reroll.
1.
4. Okay. So Vagari, Subhir, Shun, and Hazel in that order. Vagari, we're going to you first. You guys leave Kalaim's room. You make your way down the hall. The rest of the party moves on, or whoever wants to stay can stay. And you knock on the designated door. Yeah, I'm coming. And the door opens. You see a man that is all white and has nothing but white eyes. He's wearing regular clothes, kind of simple robes, not robes, like a simple shirt and pants. And he looks at you. It's the Fearless Runner! Hey, Vagari, good to see ya! Welcome.
Okay,
Welcome to Contact.
Is it okay if I call you Lenny?
Yeah, I mean, that's how you know me. Sorry. And his features arrange, and he just gets a small, 5 o'clock shadow, longish black hair. And you recognize this is the guy that helped you in Haya, and that you helped in Haya a year ago during your prequel.
Small world.
Just gotta have a good eye for it.
Huh. Well, I guess we have a lot of catching up to do, but beyond that, I don't know how much time you have. I was told that you might have some information about the request that I had made.
Come on in. I got plenty of stuff to share with you. So, is anybody joining, or is everybody kind of moving on? It's up to you guys.
Are you talking about the dude in the wraps?
Yes.
I would give Vagari her privacy.
Fair enough.
Same.
Cool. Let me pull this up.
When you say raps, do you mean the elephant janitor?
No,
That's the only guy that's coming to my mind right now.
no, that's
the one from the chase that helped you guys get the
yeah.
the book. Helped
From
with the
your prequel.
interrogation.
His name's Lenny. Come
Yeah,
on,
he was
guys.
also on the caravan.
Exactly.
Okay. I'm caught up.
Yeah, there was the cowboy guy, and then there was Lenny.
Yes,
Nash.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
Nash. Okay. Vagari.
Lenny and Nash sounds like
Lenny.
a cop drama, like buddy cops.
Pretty great.
Sliding over the top of a wagon.
You enter Lenny's room. It's very simplistic, incredibly simple. There's like no decorations whatsoever. There's a couch. Have a seat. So, and now, for each of you, you all can keep your headphones on if you want. I leave it to each of you to decide if you want the other players to take their headphones off for privacy. It's entirely up to you guys. So, Amanda, your call.
They can hear. Just no metagaming.
All right.
Oh my gosh.
I've
Okay,
gotten-
everyone but Sean. Everyone but Sean.
Everyone
I'm
but
kidding.
Shun.
I'm kidding.
I've got some good news, and I've got some bad news. I tracked your parents down.
Oh, really? Are
Yeah.
they still in the same area? Where I
They
grew
are not. They're with another one of the noble families. They were with the Eldritch, but looks like you guys have some special abilities, and their value just went through the roof. They are now owned, and he pulls up some papers, by the Kevon family, one of the other 12 noble houses of Alkut.
Wait, but back up. You're saying that we have special abilities, but I remember growing up with them. I feel like if there was anything special, I would have caught on to it as a child.
Maybe you did, maybe you didn't. They were doing backbreaking work for the Eldritch, working on minerals, mining, gathering valuable information. The Kebon family, they work with animals. Your folks and sisters seem to have some kind of ability to speak to animals and communicate with them effectively, and that's very valuable to Sultan Saif currently. So
Well, that
That's-
explains a little bit.
that's the good news. The bad news is they are owned by one of the 12 noble families. They don't have a word for slave in Alkut. It's more like a skill master. If it was just a matter of money, if it was just a matter of trading coin, you know, it'd be a done deal, we're good. There is far more value in them than a common slave would have. So freeing them is going to be a bit difficult. We're getting all of you citizenship of Sagen. You're free citizens of Sagen. Any sovereignty that tries to renege that will have to deal with lawful and maybe military response, depending on severity of their citizenship. We haven't really been able to contact the Kebon family just yet, but that's where I found them. They're okay. They're good. And your two little sisters are also fine.
I'm sorry, my two sisters.
Yeah, your sisters.
I don't have sisters. Are you sure you have the right people?
He goes through his notes. Githika Yankee? Right? That's your last name?
Gothicanaki?
Sorry, mispronouncing. And your parents are Egveith and Zara.
Yes.
Yeah, I got the right family. Look just like you. You're a spitting image of your mom, like identical.
I'm sorry. This is just a lot. I didn't know. How old are they?
Children, like I think like 6 and 8, 6 and 10, 10 and 4. I don't know. They're very, very small. I'm not good with kids.
Okay. So I guess maybe they were born after I had left. Well, I mean, on one hand, you say that it's bad news that maybe freeing them is a little harder than originally expected, but I mean, I have a bigger family. I have more siblings. I have biological siblings.
Yeah. Positive spin? Sure, yeah.
I mean, is there more bad? Like, should I be upset?
No. I think that's great. I think that's wonderful. I'm just like, it's great that you have a bigger family. It might be harder to get more people out than in, Before we maybe you just had to worry about 2, but hey, we're going to figure it out. We're here to help, okay?
Okay, well, Lenny, I really appreciate it. Maybe sometime when it isn't getting so late, we can all get together and catch up on what you've been doing since we last saw you.
For sure. By the way, sorry about that. God, you guys are good. I've been trying to figure out how they do the book thing forever, and you guys went to the Blightland one day. Boom, figure it out. Knock out the entire thing.
Well, I don't know if it's really as easy as you're making it out to be, but...
Well, easy or not, you made it happen in a day. That's nothing to scoff at.
We have a lot of heads working on things, so...
I can see that.
That helps. But, yeah, I won't keep you, Lenny. I know you've got, probably things to tend to.
Hey, you brought my sister back to me, okay? We're good.
Alright, well...
Whatever you need.
Thanks again.
Absolutely. We've arranged passage as well to Alkut. So we're going to take you as far as Shalheel. We've arranged also to get to Muzbarak, because that's where your family is.
I know that you say there are repercussions for trying to do anything against our citizenship, but I have to be honest, I have some serious reservations going back to that place.
It's not going to be a walk in the park, that's for sure. But we're doing what we can.
Okay, well, I guess with high risk comes high reward, so I'll sleep on it. I'll feel better in the morning.
And I'm still working the case, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much, Lenny.
Anytime. Have a good night.
You too. And I head out, and I guess, can I see the others when I leave at this point, or are they all off doing their things?
At this point, they're probably gone. They're out the hall of the rooms and out in the sanctuary, or walking down the stairs.
Okay, well, I'll just try to find a common place, maybe, to, like, catch one of them when they're done.
Fair enough. You can probably go to, like, the Great Hall for dinner. You ask around. The Great Hall gets organized for dinner. Tables come out, and sometimes there's feasts. There is going to be a feast tonight for you, like for the 4 of you.
Sweet.
And for the return of Mercury. So yeah, and that'll be in a couple hours from present time. Okay. Next is Sabir, I believe, correct? Yes. Sabir, you make your way back down the stairs, down the Great Hall, into the Tri-Scribe Library. Very quiet here. Rows and rows and rows, a giant grand library, rows of bookshelves and books as far as it goes. This ceiling does not seem like the castle would hold it. Like this, like you You look at the outside of the castle, and you're like, the ceiling is not that. The highest point of the castle is not that tall. It just goes on ad infinitum. You cannot see the roof, and you see that there are like ladders kind of moving from one place to another, tables and chairs floating about, and kind of like people on different tables and chairs, and they just walk across the sky, grabbing books, and all this other stuff. As you walk in, you take in the sight, and then right beside you is a small Aarakocra person. She has a long orange beak. She kind of is like her shoulders are like there, kind of like almost goose-like, and her she's like an orange beak, white and gray sort of feathers, simple robes, and she looks at you, and you see like her beak just. You must be Sophia.
Ying?
Yes,
It is a pleasure to meet you.
it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure to
What?
meet you as well. It's
Why do we have to be quiet?
library.
I've been told that you have something for me.
Yes. You may follow me. And she like scuttles very quickly across the library floor and takes you kind of to the back through a couple of bookshelves at so many twists and turns, and it goes on wider than you're like, wait a minute, we should be back like in contact, like in the town proper at this point. Like this is way too far. And she brings you to like this room. So also your decision. If you want to have everybody listen in, or if you want everybody to take their headphones off.
I don't mind.
Okay.
I'm in the library. A library.
Very well. There is no such person, to our knowledge, that goes by the name Sobnu. However, we have found that Sobnu is one of the Kintrin gods of Alkut, the god of death. And you can see, like, this is everything that we have on Sobnu. And it's a very small pile of mostly, like, scribbled notes that seem to have been scribbled recently. And, like, a couple of, like, books that have, like, a mark in them, like a bookmark in them. They've been tabbed. Just a few mentions here and there, nothing central, focused on him. But I do know that it is a Kintrin god in Alkut, and we found that the nomads that wander Alkut are primarily the worshippers of Sobnu. We'll have to venture into the Wosten desert, presumably, to find them, but there is a library in Muzbarak that you could go to that might have more information on this. It doesn't seem to be majorly worshipped, even in Alkut at all. Very unknown. Not much is known about the gods of death, but we do know that Sobnu is one.
Can I take all these?
Yes. And she hands you the little thing. Now, regarding your other part of this. And she turns around and she's like looking, and she just kind of like, goodness, looks at the top shelf of a bookshelf, and you just see her neck extend like 4 times her height. And like her beak grabs some stuff and just comes down and places this down. And she does this like 4 or 5 times. And volumes upon volumes upon volumes, and she takes like the very top page and just like okay, from the Claresian word pirata, or from the southern Claresian word pirates, pirates are those who attack and the history of piracy, and she goes into an etymological history and just like so much information on pirates that is just like centuries of information on pirates. Are you just a you just hear like snap right next to your ear? It would be helpful if your request was a little more specific, dear.
Well, is there any, like, pirates that... Can I talk loud now? You've been talking loud for, like, the entire time.
Sure.
Oh, thank God.
And
Oh,
her neck goes like extends again. She gets like right on top of you. Shh. Just a little loud.
I'm not being loud.
Okay,
I'm being as loud as you are.
fine. What is it?
You're the one with the long neck. So,
Heron.
I'm Sabir. And so, nice to meet you.
I'm a Ying. My
Um,
name is Ying. I am a heron.
Heron Ying. Gotcha.
No, Ying, the heron. You are Sabir, the lion person. I am Ying, the heron.
Well,
To get you some biology books.
then you should read, because I am not just a lion.
Okay.
You see these stripes? Anyways.
Yes. Okay.
So these pirates, my question was, are there any active, known pirates that sailed the seas?
Currently?
Around Alkut.
So you want to know of current pirate activity around Alkut.
Yes.
And that was too hard to put into a letter.
Well, talking to you, I mean, I don't really write much, but talking I do.
And she looks at the giant stacks of books and papers and notebooks and notes and maps and... I'll get on it right away.
But I appreciate the diatribe on pirates.
You're quite welcome.
I know they're bad people.
It's fine.
Did I have a book on pirates?
She just reaches for one and hands it to you.
Just with like the stack of like first day of class.
Yep.
Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome.
Could you lead me out of here?
And she turns and just starts like waddling off.
Alright. Simple.
Shun.
Before
You make your
we-
way. Go ahead.
Before we go in, I would ask if, very nervously, if Hazel would come with me.
Okay.
You want me to come with you?
I'm afraid of the information I'm about to receive, and I could really use somebody.
Of course. I'd love to come with you.
Okay, thank you. But keep it between us.
Absolutely.
Okay, here we go.
Okay. You make your way back down the Zephyr Spire, across the Grand Hall to the council chambers. There are many more guards placed in this tower of the castle. Some of them give you kind of like eyes and like they're observing you. They're not doing anything, just standing there, just kind of chilling. But they're like, they got their eyes trained on you. You got on both of you. You make your way up to the council chambers, and you can see one of the doors in particular, down one of the hallways, is just adorned. Like Art Nouveau, it is stylish, sleek lines, just adorned with gold sort of embedments into the wood. You walk up, you knock, and a young woman opens the door. She's dressed in fairly fine clothes, and she's like, "Are you here for Musa Monday?
Yes.
Please come in." She leads you, and there's like a sort of like very nice waiting room / office, and you can see that there's a couple of doors in this chamber. She goes to her desk there and starts to write something down, goes over to one of the doors, knocks. "Bear it out!" And she goes back and sits down. And she continues working on whatever it is that she was working on. After about a moment, you see this dwarven, sort of like very dark-skinned, clean-shaven dwarf, dark hair. The devil with an angel. Lenny said he had it. He comes down, he sits down next to you and next to Hazel, puts his arms around you both. Lenny said he has it, but nobody knows about trade more than Master Musa Mande, let me tell you. Weeks. You guys were on the road for weeks, but everything we got yesterday, it's set. You're good to go. I got a boat waiting for you, little crew, in Alado, Alcoot. 1 week, you're with your missus.
And the child?
Hi, old. Brigitte? Don't freak out. Hey.
This is not funny.
No, it's not. We're good. Hey. Don't worry. Nobody got his information like Musa Mande. Give me 2 seconds, okay? Give me 2 seconds. Brigitte! Hey, okay. He moves off to the side and starts talking to her. He takes a minute. You guys have a second to yourselves.
Oh, Sean, come here. And I give Sean a big hug.
Silver linings.
After a few moments, he comes back. Okay, all right. Here's the thing. We don't have any conclusive information about that. Finding information on skill masters that are not part of the 12 noble families is very difficult. Information about that is very sparse. But if there's anything that I broker, it's broker information. It's the best way to make business. So, your lady, Sophia, right? Yes. White scales, blue tint. Yuan tea.
Yes.
Handmaiden. Perfect. Okay. She was with the Elam, and a couple years ago, she was traded around. Very difficult to get this information, but I know that currently she is in Shalheel. She was in Melkil working with another family. We're picking her up, and she will be in Shalheel by the time that you get there. One of my own personal ships are there. I'm going to get in contact with my friends, my best men on it. you did mention it in your letter. We didn't see. I'll follow up with you about it. Don't lose hope. Okay? We don't have a yes or a no. We don't have a yes or a no. Right? And when there isn't a yes and there isn't a no, there's always an opportunity, right?
Musa? Might I make a suggestion?
I'm all ears.
Don't go bragging if you haven't finished the entire job. I'm gonna get up and leave.
I'm gonna follow closely behind Shun.
You walk out. Brigitte gently closes the door behind you. You can hear a little bit of like shouting and voices from behind the door, and a lot of work like taking place.
Sorry about that.
No reason to be sorry.
Good news, though.
There's definitely some good news there.
Thank you, Hazel.
Of course.
Let's go find out your news, huh?
Alright.
Okay. Hazel. Basically all the information that you have that was given to you by Kalaim is in the letter. There is a mausoleum that exists in a city called Miel Sam. It's further south than Muzrak, further upriver. Miel Sam is a fairly gated city, but something that it seems to be, there's a lot of contradictions regarding the religious practices and philosophical practices of Miel Sam, but something that they value greatly is music there, like huge. And so legends and tomes and all sorts of manner of histories are present in this city. One of the bards that is there, a name that you can't pronounce, seems to be somebody who focused decades ago, they've been dead for a very long time, focus on these legends of the Great Punishment, of the portals to other planes of existence, like all sorts of stuff. So from the instructions that you received for the Speak with Dead spell, you get 5 questions that you can ask. So you have between now and getting there to come up with 5 questions to try to figure out the next steps into finding a wildfire circle druid.
Okay. Am I coming up with these questions right now?
No.
Okay.
You've got so long to go before you get to me.
Okay, so I'm not like going there now.
No.
Okay,
you guys,
okay. I was just making sure. So.
No, there's no way. You've got many sessions probably before we get to that point.
Okay,
Dead body
cool.
just falls from the ceiling. Like, ask
Yeah,
no.
there he is.
Yeah, I was like, okay.
Nah, it's gonna take you a couple of weeks to get to Shell Heel. Then it'll take you about a week, depending on travel to get to Musbarak, and then another couple of weeks maybe to get to Miel Sam. Like a week and a half to get to Miel Sam. Like,
Okay.
you got some time. Shun, you wanted to speak to Brock.
Not right now.
Fair enough. Then, in that case, you all meet that evening in the Grand Hall. A feast is served in your honor in the return of Mercury. A lot of the people that are here kind of feel like, all right, I guess we can have a celebration. We just, got Mercury back. Cool. There are groups of people that are like super ecstatic to have her back. And halfway through the celebration, Talif kind of walks in and she sits down with you guys and just like, the family's almost all back together. And Mercury's like, well, is Faleda here? And Talif's just like, nah, he's still, off doing his thing. And she's like, okay. Hey, we'll be back together soon. It's okay. Thank you guys for this. Taking care of my sister is really important. And you see at the end of the table, Kalaim just kind of raises his glass to you guys, smiles. And I believe that's what we're going to call it for tonight.
Oh my gosh, man.
Good session.
Yeah.
That was good.
Shana.
The talent there, you brought it out.
The man knows his shit.
This entire time, I'm like, actually feeling, I was like, fuck, what am I going to find out? What am I going to find out? Oh god, I can't hold it in. Like, I'm legitimately like, oh my god. That was great.
Thank you all very much for joining us tonight. We look forward to having you next week. Bye!
We're gonna blow our buttholes away.